And are you here?
Yes, I am here, Mr. Ferris.
In Waldorf education, what we're interested in is in meeting the whole child, meeting them at their stage of development and developing them as a whole individual. So they know about themselves, they know what their strengths and weaknesses are, they know how to relate to others as well. Our main lesson is what we start the day with in the Waldorf school. So in a main lesson we might start with some recitation, some speech. We might follow that with some music, playing pipes or another instrument. We might then move into a rhythmic time where they're learning numeracy and literacy through games, through tongue twisters, through clapping routines, ball catching, things that develop their balance, their coordination, and things that address their retained reflexes, things like that. We then move on to some practice work, practicing different skills, so they might be literacy skills, numeracy skills. And then we would move into a recollection of the previous day, the work that they did. That can be in any form. It could be through drawing, writing, it could be through telling a story, doing a play, it could be just making something. That would then be followed by something new, which is just brought in as a seed to be brought out the next day and articulated further over a course of 3 days. We'd then go into bookwork, and then the children would do their own bookwork. So in a Waldorf school, we don't work from textbooks. The children make their own books. They write and draw and make their own books. In this lesson, we're doing grammar. The children are learning about the full stop. And you can see on the board there's a picture of a mountain. Now this is related to the story of Moses, because what this is the play block that we're doing with the class. So for a month, we're building a play. The children are devising it and I'm writing it. And out of that, there's of course the play itself, where the children put on a play for the class, for the other members of the school and the community. Also, we have English in that. And so here we're using the mountain, Mount Horeb, where Moses went up to receive the 10 Commandments. We're using that image there as an image to talk about grammar. So you can see there's the water flowing down the river, and it's that flow which connects to the flow of language, which we are stopping or pausing. Stopping a full stop, pausing as in a comma. The four angels, they represent archetypal sentences. So for example, you've got the red angel, and that red angel is representative of the command, whereas the green angel is representative of the statement. The blue angel is representative of the question mark, and the yellow of the exclamation, which enable us to give pictures connected to the particular types of sentences that we're looking at. Those are the images that accompany this particular main lesson. What's important for children at this age is to have a picture, for their imaginations to be stimulated, and helps them to also digest the information you're giving them. If you just give it dry, then it's just dry. They have nothing to feed on, and we need to give something that's living, and so pictures help that. This is the Class 3 play that I wrote with the children. So the class play forms a central part of the education in Waldorf schools. Children learn through playing at a young age, and so how you write a play, or how you choose which play you're going to write with them, is by watching them play. And then when you tell them a story that you think might suit, you get them to act it out, and you just see how they respond to the story. Is it something that really lives in them? Is it something they really are responding to and they have enthusiasm for? And then when that seems to be right, you know you've got the right play. And they just love the play. And so what happens then is that all of the social issues that are going on for them at that time are embedded in the play. And so it helps them to work through them and work as a group to come together in the light of that development that they're having at that time. Also, they're learning lots of things. They're learning how to perform, they're learning basic rules of stagecraft, they're learning how to speak confidently. So every year in a Waldorf school, each child speaks in front of an audience. I mean, they do it every day as well. And so when they leave the school, they're very confident. They can stand in front of people and say what they need to say. And they're learning that, and they don't know they're learning these things. They're just learning them. And they're singing, and they're playing instruments, and they're doing all sorts of things like this. They're learning how to relate to each other. If you look at them on the stage there now, they all know what they're doing. There's nobody there telling them what to do, but there's quite complex activities involved there. And this is only class 3.